Hello and welcome to Sister Starr. Rainy day in Windhelm. But at least we have a hood, which we crafted in the last episode. The thunder is roaring, the wind howling. The townspeople are still going about their day, and so shall we. We're a visitor to this town, what I call a hotbed of racial tension and we do have one mission we're going to do right now. So we are going to cut through here, but somebody is praying, so I don't know about interrupting them. Performing some ceremony. Let's talk.
They don't really complain.
Okay. Well, I know there is a murder plot that takes place in this graveyard, which we will stumble upon later, I guess. Not quite sure what triggers that. So we get out of our way and let's look. Okay, we're here. Well, we know we're in Windhelm, so we have to plant this ring. So somebody stole this ring and fenced it at the store in the dark elf quarter. The dark elves live in the ghetto of Windhelm, and you know, the guy thinks he's being framed probably or something for this. He doesn't want anything to do with it. So he asked us, you know, well, we're a stranger in town. Of course he can trust a stranger he's never seen with this information. But, you know, I guess he figures we're not on either side here. We're not, certainly not a Stormcloak. And we are, you know, at least sympathetic to his plight. So we, well, we need to break into this house. Apparently, this section of town is pretty busy even during a rainstorm. Let's wait for this passerby. Now, we do have some type of vagrant or something outside. He doesn't seem to be paying much attention to us, unfortunately. We are out of lockpicks. We haven't found any lockpicks yet, which is interesting, but I guess we haven't done too much, actually. We fought a bunch of ghosts for most of our stuff, so they didn't really need to be picking locks, I guess. They can probably just walk right through the walls. Well, I don't know why I talked to her. She doesn't sell anything. But I guess we'll talk to her about Ulfric. So yeah, the Nords admire him, the leader of not only Windhelm, but this whole movement. So, we're an outsider, and we are sympathetic to the downtrodden. So, like I've said previously, it's a complicated situation here. We see people as individuals and acknowledge their role in various groups, but we want to hear, you know, their side of the story. So we're, you know, even though she's just some smithing assistant or something, we're genuinely curious as to her opinion, and it shapes our opinion of Ulfric to see people like that admiring him. Okay, well, we do have 6 lockpicks, so we're good. We should not have trouble getting in. Might break 1 or 2. 6. If I break 6, I'm done. I'm just done. I'm rage quitting. So I don't think, I mean, if it was a master lock or whatever the highest level is, that's one thing. There's no way with this quest it's gonna be that hard, so. The hammer of the smith and the roar of the thunder. The flash of lightning.
Have you ever lost anyone close?
I keep thinking she's gonna give us a quest or something, but just small talk, banter. I do have a mod that's supposed to make some more interesting banter. I'm pretty sure it's still installed in this, but she seems a bit repetitive. But we'll see. We'll see how the playthrough goes. So this guy, I actually didn't notice him before. He was kind of around the corner a little bit.
One of the best soldiers in the Stormcloak army. I took a sword to the chest.
Let's pay him off. Well, that sounds a lot more dangerous than an arrow to the knee. So
Oh, thank you.
we'll give him
Mine's
some
bless you.
gold, and he can be our lookout. Interestingly, of course, we're not breaking in to steal anything, as you might think if you saw us doing this, but we are returning something that was stolen. Let's see if we can get in the back. There's no back entrance, but this is what I mean by role-playing. I wouldn't have done that if I was just playing myself, but I feel like that's what my character would do. There's a guy standing out front. Let's see if we can go around back. So I add those little touches to my video. So we break a lockpick. We go the wrong way. And we're almost there. And we're in. Now. Being very, very quiet. Let's see if anyone is inside. It would be nice to avoid confrontation. Also, maybe just seeing if there's any valuables laying around. Okay, so what? I can't even remember what we put. It's not miscellaneous, so I think it's some type of jewelry. Okay, so yeah, it must be in the apparel section. Yes, her gold ring. Okay. Okay. Very easy quest, but it's a good one to set up our relationship with the townspeople, helping out the local shopkeeper in, the dark quarter, the gray quarter they call it. So, yeah. Well, can't help ourselves. In a wealthy person's home, perhaps she'll think that she drank that at some point. Extra magica. Stuff we don't need to fence, but can use. I don't think this guy is gonna take any stolen goods, so. Okay, well. Just showing how we're a bit, ambiguous as far as our morality goes. We did, after all, start the game escaping from prison, so we are not. Oh, I thought this was the murder the way they were standing, but staring at something. Wow, this storm will never end, huh? I wish there was snow or something here. It's a bit much. Okay, so we sneak around the palace and head to the gray quarter to report. Oh, here. Some more local flavor, as you will. And harbinger, perhaps, of things to come with Sister Starr.
Then I'll invite him at the fight. He lives right there. I'm going to knock on his door.
The Dark Brotherhood quest. The boy has summoned the Dark Brotherhood
I knew it. He's trying to have somebody killed.
in the house directly above us, actually. Aventus Argentino. So we see a dark elf and a Nord boy having, just a normal, not a normal conversation to talk about the Dark Brotherhood, but they're treating each other like fellow citizens. So that's a good thing to see. It's not.
Hi, lady.
Well, anyway, let's.
Flowers?
And now we have it. There's a lot of children roaming the streets. Okay. So, the flower girl,
I hope you like them.
let's help her out. We have plenty of gold. And we're not spending that much on the flowers.
They're dead. My mama died when I was little.
Oh, she's orphan.
I don't remember her very well.
So,
My father was a Stormcloak soldier. One day he left. Didn't come back.
the price of war
I'm all alone.
in a
I
war-torn
planted some
city.
flowers so we can help you. It's not much, but what else can I do?
Okay, so yes, we could adopt her if we wanted to go down that path. Even if we do, we're too early in the game to be thinking of that. We'd need a home first, I would think, to adopt her. So,
Let me know if you see anything you like.
well, I have something that you didn't like.
Have you taken care of that little problem? Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's
Thank
in the
you.
house. We're
Azura's
done.
prophecy always guides you to fortune. Speaking of fortune, here, everything I earned from my last
Wow,
shipment, it's yours.
quite generous. 400 gold. Very generous. So we could only assume that this was of the utmost importance to Revan Sadri. Probably did not want to upset his standing with the locals, considering how tense everything is. He wants to be an upstanding shopkeeper. He doesn't want to be in the Grey Quarter, as they
Hello,
call it.
welcome, my friend.
He just wants to sell his wares and
Good to
buy.
see you. Oh,
I guess he's
bit of
fine with
this
buying
and a
things
bit
that
of
were
that.
taken off of corpses in dungeons, though, but not stolen from the local townspeople. So let's just peruse his stock. We have plenty of gold, 2,000 gold now. Long Stride. I love this spell. I'm not going to take it yet. Tempted. Very tempted. It just increases your speed, which of course is great when you're on the road. Because you can run, uses up your stamina. Long Stride uses up your magicka, so you can basically just alternate between the two as you regenerate one or the other. A very, very useful spell if you're not doing a lot of fast traveling. Well, technically that does allow you to travel faster, but not exactly the same thing. Okay.
It was my pleasure, friend.
Okay, so we have made a friend in town, and a very good friend to make one of the local shopkeepers. Always good to have them on your good side.
It's good to spend some time on solid land.
Okay, sailor. One of the big port cities of Skyrim, Windhelm, closest to Morrowind, which is why the Dark Elves have settled here. They just got off the boat and moved in. And the door, that big door was actually the door to the docks, so we will go there eventually. No reason to go there now. Let's pass through the Aventus Argentino. I'm not very good at pronouncing some names. Residents, and we are now actually heading to the palace. Not to talk to Ulfric Stormcloak.
That would be the length of the Greenwood
Okay,
My
so
unrest lay back in its day.
we have a location for a mission when we have time. We are going to go up to the court wizard.
He's a true Norman.
We previously had delivered some
The Imperials
poison,
think
I
us all
think,
gods.
some alchemical
I'm
supplies.
proof of their ignorance.
The Empire's putting a great deal
See,
of
okay,
pressure
so
on the
this is
White
what I'm saying. The Imperials really look down on the Nords, so, you know, that's just a guard. I mean, she's, you know, same as a guard for the Imperials, you know what I mean? As far as we're concerned. Okay, so we met him a previous episode.
Whatever
And
you
now we
heard I
have
can
enough
do,
money. Might
follow me
actually
through.
do some training with him
If
too.
Ulfric needs a favor, he
But
has
we
it.
need to get some
Anyone else
spells.
better pay well for
I want
the
this to be interesting
service.
playthrough
wish
as
to
far as
master the
combat goes.
arcane
So
arts.
we're gonna explore the creativity of Apocalypse spell mod, and I have an additional spell mod. I cannot remember the name of it, but Azure Reconstruct. So many interesting spells. So some of these I'm familiar with from previously playing. Some of them I've never seen, and others I know the name but never used them. So Burning Touch. Okay, so we have these touch spells where instead of spraying, it's more of like a melee version of the fireball or the, you know, the spray of ice or lightning or fire. So I love the Conjure Cat Totem. I've used that with another character. I don't think we're gonna do much conjuration. We'll scroll past those. Crackle. Similar to the other spell. Dragon's Teeth. Ignites all targets. 5 damage on death and the ground burns. That's a very interesting fire spell. I like these touch spells. It adds a different element. Increase carry weight. Okay, a rune. I am definitely going to use runes. I love using runes. It's basically like a landmine, you know, in a shooter game. But you can put them on the ceiling and walls as well, so it's pretty cool. Ghost Walk, one of my favorites. We'll use that possibly later. I'm not going to start with that. Hailstones. So many choices. Hypnotize. Interesting. Illusion spell. Interesting. I'm not exactly sure what that meant. Okay, so you have lightning. We're gonna get the lightning rune. A little bit more dramatic from, you know, effect. I like that effect of that over the fire or ice. We also have poison rune. I shouldn't have jumped so soon. Maybe I could have been a poisoner. Well, we do have poisonous touch as well, so that's added by the mod. So another type of magic. Shared trauma. It's so interesting. Some of these give you, you know, a negative effect, so they're interesting to use. Thundercrack. I like that one. Close range blast. So this is like the, I don't know if that's a touch spell or like in between a touch and a spray. Unbound fire. This is interesting. Reduces speed and attack damage for 20 seconds, but it increases over time until it's 100%, I think. If it's 5% times 20. Very interesting. We're gonna try that out. The Bolt of Poison. Let's try that. Okay, so we do have a poison spell now. We can spray a bolt of poison. Very
Mind what or
interesting.
who you practice this on.
Not planning on using it on any of the townspeople, except maybe that guy in the bar. So We have some extra gold. We'll level up our destruction.
Strength and steel.
Unfortunately, we kind of just spread ourselves out a little bit and bought some other spells besides destruction. So we'll see how leveling up goes with magic. You know, because I am planning on using a lot of archery, enchanting. We also have this, I think we're using an axe in this one. Or sword, I don't even remember. Let's read these spells and see what we can equip. We'll hotkey them all. So lightning runes, see what I mean? That's actually the poison spells aren't even destruction spells. I didn't even notice that. So wither is an alteration spell. That makes sense. The viper bolt, the poison is restoration. So it makes sense. Poison is the opposite of restoration. So just like an alchemist will make poisons and healing items, restoration specialist will also have poison and healing items. They can basically use the, you know, the core essence of healing spells and invert them.
I'd explain my research, but you'd just be confused.
Possibly, but you have some very complicated spells. We could even roleplay that this guy might have come up with some of these spells, you know, and we can level up. So let's add some magicka, and we will add destruction mastery. So, and with that, we will end this episode. Thank you for joining us on Sister Starr. I like that.